Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be making a figure look better by making it look worse. Yes, we are looking at the Reprolabels for Transformers, Legacy, or something Scraphook. So you get your stickers in your customary little baggie and you get 4 slips. And here is a look at number something. Here is the other one. Here is slip number 1. And then here is the last one with all of the facial hair and shiny chromes. So we're going to do this in sequential order, starting with the first sticker sheet, and that has all of the window details on it. But before we do anything, you are going to want to make sure that you have your tweezers because they are going to be very, very helpful. And here are the window stickers. And to save you time of having to watch me apply all of these individually, here they are, looking really good, looking like the burners in your toaster oven, and that actually is pretty cool. Now, you are most certainly going to want to use your tweezers because there are very, very tiny stickers that go in these little slots right here, and they're barely even noticeable. You may not even want to put them on to begin with, but they do complete the window look. So we're going to work our way down the sticker sheet, and first we're going to work on the grill pieces, which are shaped accordingly to the places that they fit on the grill, and there they look all wiry and decrepit. Right below those you get some gold stickers for the waist, just small tiny details that help pick out some of the panels, and we will finish that up in a little bit. Next, we're going to be working on the parts below the intakes on the engine. They come in 2 separate pieces for each leg due to the different levels on the molding, but they do come together to look quite cohesive. And even though they are probably never going to see the light of day again on my figure, they do look pretty good in the end. The main thing you have to make sure you're doing is lining up the tech details properly, and there they look all cohesive and whatnot. So those 2 pieces, I didn't know where they went and I felt silly. They end up actually going on and below the knee, but now we are going to be working on these tiny small gold details on the bottom of the first sheet. And this is perhaps the tiniest sticker I've ever applied to anything. It's a tiny, tiny gold square that is actually going to go in a light slot below the mirror. And there you have it. And I believe you have some extras in case you lose it. That is probably going to come in handy and very much an appreciated inclusion. And then you get these 2 little gold rectangles to add just a little bit of extra detail to the door panels. And using the butt of the tweezers to make sure everything is stuck on well. And next up we are going back to finish up the waist. You see you have the gold pieces earlier, and these pieces are just going to go below those, looking perfectly wasteful. So making our way to the middle of the sheet, you get a bunch of little tiny stickers here, but we are going to focus on these yellow knee stickers and another instance where tweezers are very helpful. The details aren't terribly noticeable, but they are an appreciated bit. Those 2 stickers right there clearly go in the little rectangles on the shoulders. Orientation doesn't really matter, but it does for these backhand pieces. You can see they have little spots for the knuckles, so you just want to make sure that you're orienting them properly, and there they look all gross and beautiful. Moving on now to the tail lights, the main thing that you're going to want to be aware of here is making sure that you're lining up the curves of the tail lights with the curves of the vehicle. You can see I got a little bit confused there, but they are going to go in that little slot, and it will definitely help you to remove the arms just so that you clear up a little bit of space for yourself, and using the butt of the tweezers to make sure everything is stuck down properly. And there you have it, looking pretty good. And there is the other one as well. Moving on to the headlights, they're fairly simple enough to apply. Obviously, you're just going to be following the shapes. And to save you guys the time, there they are. I do kind of wish that they were yellow. The blue kind of looks too pristine for Junkion. And of course you do get some tiny stickers for the headlights, but if you have the proper tools and the proper patience, you should be fine. Moving on now to the caution bumper stickers. They apply fairly easily. It's just following the shapes. The biggest thing to be aware of is making sure you're sticking down the in between the teeth on the bumper. Just using the butt of the tweezers to make sure everything is stuck down properly. And there they are, looking really, really good. So next up, we're going to be working on the roof of the truck, and you get a few different stickers that are like rust colored and then like different stain colors. That kind of brownish, tannish stain color is going to go in that rectangle right there. It is just in one piece. And then these kind of coppery, rustish stickers come in 3, and they actually have a fade to them that will match the fade of the flames. I did not realize that at the time, and so I actually applied them backwards, so it doesn't terribly matter in the end. It is a Junkion after all, but just something to note. And here is me finally figuring out where those trapezoidal knee pieces go, which is in fact in the knee, right below the knee joint. And you can see there's some molding there that these stickers will fit in nicely. So just applying those real quick, and they look pretty good. So moving on, these other tiny little rectangles are going to be adorned upon the forearms just to give them a little bit of extra detail. And again, orientation doesn't really matter. It's really just up to your own aesthetic preferences. I did follow the guidelines on the Toyhax website though. Moving on to the second sticker sheet, we are going to be focusing on the chest, and you get 2 chest panels. They will be fairly obvious because they will look exactly like that, and they look wonderful and apply some very much needed detail. There's also an Autobot sticker that you get that I did not recognize until I was done filming this thing, but you can apply it if you want to. Moving on to the cranium, you get a couple of gold stickers for a little bit of trim around his mohawk, and then you also get some stickers for the mohawk itself. And these are easy enough to apply, just making sure that you are starting at the base of his forehead and working your way around with the curve of his dome. And again, using the tweezers to make sure that everything is stuck down properly. And they do add a nice little bit of flair to his already good-looking dome, which you can see there. And moving on to the actual mohawk, you do get 3 stickers, one for either side of the mohawk, and then one for the center strip down the middle of the mohawk. And they are easy enough to apply, just following the shapes. In fact, the most difficult one was the centerpiece, but that's just making sure you're starting at the base of the mohawk and keeping it straight like a Christian white man. You can see I had a little bit of trouble in that department, but it is easy enough to apply, and there you have the mohawk all finished up. And then on the same sheet, you do get a couple of stickers for some more shoulder details, and they are going to be applied in the molding right below his little shoulder spikes there. Again, orientation doesn't really matter. It's really up to your aesthetic preference. They are exactly the same. And now moving on to the third sticker sheet, which is the flames. We are going to be applying these one side at a time, going front to back, and here are the flames themselves, looking really good. They are clear stickers, so they didn't have to worry about color matching, which is nice. And the main thing to note about these quarter panel stickers is just making sure that you are lining up with the spikes on the wheel wells. and making sure that you get your tweezers in all the little crevices and whatnot to make sure that the stickers are stuck down properly. And making our way down to the doors, this is kind of tricky. There is some really thin parts on this door piece. You just want to be really careful to make sure you're not ripping that, although it's not going to be the worst thing in the world if you do. Just make sure that you are taking your time, sticking down one side at a time, and making sure that you are lining up everything around that little scrap metal piece in the door there. And it looks really, really nice. The way that the flames carry into one another throughout all these different stickers is quality. And moving on to the rear quarter panel, you're going to face the same problems with the first one. Just making sure that all the things are stuck down around the molding. And making sure that all of the tiny sticker inserts are removed so that you're not covering up any holes or any bits of the molding itself. There are some tiny cutouts to be aware of, but you will be aware of them once the sticker doesn't fit properly. And then finally, this last little bit of the quarter panel that will go right in front of the wheel well to finish out the flame details. And yeah, just making sure that everything is stuck down properly in all the little crevices and whatnot. And there it is, looking absolutely beautiful. Moving on now to the roof and hood of the car, you do get these little rectangular stickers that are going to go behind the intakes, and orientation does matter, so make sure that you're just paying attention and following the flames with the other hood pieces. This roof piece itself is kind of precarious. Again, little thin bits on the stickers that you just want to be aware of, and just taking the time to apply one side and working your way to the other, making sure that everything is lined up properly. And here's where I realized that there is a fade to follow with the rusty bits, but it doesn't really matter in the end. And then you get some flames for the front of the hood of the car. I do kind of wish that we had gotten some more stickers to go around the spikes on the hood. It does feel rather empty once this thing is all said and done. Not the worst thing in the world, but wishful thinking. And they all do look really good once it's all said and done. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these side stickers. And it took me a while to realize that I didn't apply all of them, but they will be applied by the end of the video. And here is everything all finished up, looking absolutely immaculate. I'm really, really pleased with how this set came out. It took an already good figure and made it look just fantastic. You do get these chromey stickers that will go on the tailpipes and the intakes, but I'm not going to apply those because I don't think they really fit with the Junkion feel, and it honestly just makes it feel incomplete. I did apply these stickers for the actual blowers, and they do look pretty good, so I accepted those little shiny bits. And then I went ahead and applied the goatee off camera. You get a mustache and then you get a beard. I do wish that we got a sticker for that eye patch, but a little bit of paint and it's gonna look fine. But there we have just about everything applied. Except for these knee bits. It took me a while to realize that they actually do go around the knees. Again, I kind of wish Toyhax would provide some instructions for these, but that's why I'm making these videos. And again, doing the Christian white man, just making sure that everything is straight. You want to do one side at a time, and they end up looking pretty good. And there's the other side all completed. So putting this thing back together, let's take a look at the completed product. And here is the final result of Scraphook, looking absolutely phenomenal. At the time of this recording, these stickers are $12 on their website, and honestly, I think it's pretty worth it. Again, they take an already good figure and really just set it off. And this vehicle mode is honestly the best. Again, I kind of wish we had gotten some yellow lights. The blue is just a little bit too clean and pristine for me. And I wish that we had gotten some flames for the rest of the hood. But honestly, those are my only two grievances, and they're very small ones at that. And here he is with his mold mate Towline, who has been adorned similarly with his own Reprolabels, which I do recommend, even though the stickers and the mold don't really fit the character. But that's not what we're here to talk about. If you have this figure, this set is a must get. It is a high recommend from me. I may go back and add some like gritty paint details, but if I do, I'm probably not going to make a video of that. If you're interested to see how I apply dirt and scuffing, just go ahead and watch my detritus video. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it enlightening and informational, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.